that I wanted to dive into today is the Lakers roster as a whole and who the starters should be.
Ah,
Now, obviously, Russ, LeBron, and AD, those are going to be your starters. We have seen different sets and different lineups pretty much every game,
yeah.
from Kendrick Nunn and Thomas Bryant, Kendrick Nunn, Damian Jones,
Hmm.
Pat Bev, Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves, all of these guys, and it seems like the Lakers are contemplating, based on even what Darvin Ham said, Lakers are contemplating potentially doing like having AD play the five more than we anticipated, and then go in
Yeah,
a three-guard lineup. So let's start with AD. Now, obviously he's going to start, but
yeah.
would you prefer him to start at the four over an 82 game season?
Hmm.
Would you prefer him to play the five where he is best utilized? I do understand that, and I do
Yeah.
think come playoff time he will very likely play the five. Or do you think, like, start him at the five, certain matchups and stuff like that? What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go a little bit of both. So on a smaller matchup, would probably prefer that he played the five. Um, but on a little bit of bigger matchup, maybe have him play the four. So yeah, I would probably kind of switch off like during out like the whole season, and we could even have. It's a little bit of a stretch, but we could even have Gabriel play like the five with him.
Yeah,
I think they would make a good combination. But no, I said like I don't think it's necessarily one or the other. I think you switch it off because in the playoffs, what you're gonna see is you're gonna see a whole bunch of like they're just gonna try like different things and the playoffs is when all the tricks come out, kind of sort of too. So like I feel like we should kind of switch it up a little bit,
yeah.
kind of
I
mix it throughout the season, kind
Yeah,
of bounce
I
back and
think it.
forth.
To me, I think it depends on the matchups. Like, if like the first two games of the season, we play the Warriors and the Clippers.
Yeah,
I think those two games, you could easily start Anthony Davis at the five
yeah,
because the Warriors, they're either going to go Wiseman or they're going to go what am I blanking on his name? They're why am I blanking on his name? It's going to drive me crazy. But they're my point is they don't have big centers, right? Um,
yeah,
they don't have those. They don't have a like Embiid or a Joker or
yeah,
something along those lines, where you really have to worry about, like, oh man, they got a dominant Kevin Looney. There we go.
yeah,
That was driving me crazy. I had to look it up real quick. But yeah, like, very likely Davis is going to go up against Looney, who's undersized, or Wiseman, who's a rookie. Um, and I know somebody in the chat's going to say, "Oh, he's not a rookie this second season, but he didn't play all season last season, so he's a rookie."
yeah,
So a matchup like that, you start AD at the five. Like, because he's not going to get banged up. He's got the size advantage. He's got the
yeah,
skill set advantage. All of those things. But if it's and same thing with the Clippers, right? If we're going up against the Clippers and Zoo is their only center, you start
yeah,
AD at the five because you don't have to worry about Zoo, dominating Anthony Davis or anything like that. You're good.
yeah,
That's a good easy matchup. But um, if we're playing, say, Denver, like, you don't want
yeah.
him having a bane with the Joker down low.
No, no,
So
no, no.
yeah,
Definitely got
so
to put
that
out the four.
yeah, exactly. So that game, you probably start him at the four, things like that. I think, and I do think we're going to see different lineups based on different matchups. I
Yeah,
really do, but I would like some stability.
yeah,
Like, I don't want, like, every game you have a different starting five out there. Like, I think they need to have specific lineups for specific teams. So, like, if we're playing against one of the elite centers in the league, then start Damian Jones or Thomas Bryant. You know,
yeah,
but if we're playing any of the other teams that don't have an elite center, that are, like, undersized or just don't have somebody that you have to worry about with Anthony Davis, then you have them. You have Anthony Davis start, and that's not because you want to hide Anthony Davis or make him look better or anything. It's just you want him healthy. Come playoffs, come a closeout game or a game seven. You best believe Anthony Davis is starting at center. Like, they're
yeah,
not going to take those chances. But in an 82 game season, you want to preserve Anthony Davis as much as humanly and physically possible. So
Yeah.
like you don't want to worry about that. So moving on next would be LeBron. So the idea is starting LeBron at the 4. Now, would you rather them go that route with LeBron at the 4, um, and then having like a 3 guard lineup, or would you rather have like a winning Gabriel or like a JTA and LeBron stay at the 3?
I would say keep LeBron at the 3 for probably the entire season. Because that's just where I mean, yeah, he's a point forward, but that's really where he kind of shines. And being at the 3 kind of gives him like mobility to kind of like move around. It's not necessarily, he doesn't have to necessarily be at the top of the key or in the post always. So like, yeah, I think LeBron needs to stay at the 3 because that way he can move around, do what he needs to do, run the offense. I wouldn't put him at the 4. No, just because I feel like at his age, he's too. I'm not gonna say fragile because LeBron's not fragile, but you could see the age just a little bit, and I feel like we need someone a little bit more. I would put Gabriel at the 4 because we need someone a little bit more agile, young, not afraid. Not necessarily afraid. LeBron's not afraid, but not too timid to get like banged up in the paint. So
Yeah.
I'll keep LeBron at the 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think you go about that in multiple ways. I think either one, you keep LeBron at the 3, and then you run like a JTA at the 4. So if
JTA over Gabriel.
yes, and the reason for that is JTA gives you more versatility, especially in the shooting, right? Where Gabriel is just he's not going to give you shooting, but he's just high energy. He's going to get you rebounds, going to play defense, which is great. But
What do you think
JTA,
he's a better defender though over JTA?
No, not overall. I think against certain players, certain matchups, I think Gabriel is a better, I guess, dog. Like he's a better
Yeah.
like hustler. He's 100% constantly, which is good. Like I've even said, winning Gabriel is a jump shot away from being like a real guy in this league. Like that dude is good, like getting paid.
Yeah.
But he's not there yet. Where you have a guy in JTA who has experience playing with the Warriors, and he's a guy that can knock down the 3 and play some defense, and he's got some decent size to him. Not the biggest guy in the world, but he's got some size to him. But the reason I would have JTA is so on offense, you could have LeBron play the 4. Or sorry, LeBron play the 4 on offense. Or I mean, you could have him play the 4 on defense, depending on the matchup. So it gives you more interchangeable. So, like for example, say we're playing against, let's say the Suns, and they have Cam Johnson out there. Like LeBron can guard Cam Johnson at the 4, right? And then you could put JTA on Bridges at the 3. Or you could even switch that up, where you could have JTA, like say Bridges is not having a great game today, but Johnson is. Well, you could swap that. And you get more switchability, more flexibility, things like that. Or you go like if they were to play LeBron at the 4, then I would probably want Walker to play the 3 because like there's a lot of talks from Darvin about the Lakers playing a 3-guard lineup where you have AD, LeBron, and then 3 guards, which is fine. But it would be nice to have Walker because he has length at 6'10".
Yeah.
And he's not
That's what we need. We need length.
Exactly.
Other than AD, we need more length out there.
Yeah, exactly. And so
that's why I'm really big on Gabriel, even though he's fresh and new, but his like
I do agree. He's definitely got the length, he's definitely got the size, and he's definitely got the ability to play real defense, solid defense, stuff like that. But I think JTA would just give you a little more flexibility. Now, I wouldn't mind it. Like if they started Gabriel, I wouldn't be like, man, what are you doing? That's stupid. Like, no, I wouldn't say anything like that. Like, it's fine. But I think he's a guy that would be best served off the bench. Just that high energy motor off the bench, I think would be great. And then, but if you're going to do a 3-guard lineup, I would prefer like Walker at the 3, and then obviously Westbrook is going to start. And the thing about Westbrook is he's your point guard, right? You're not going to start him at the 2 or the 3 or anything like that. So
And you're
he's
putting none
not
at
really.
the 2, right?
I mean, that's what I wanted to get to next. So let's say they do go the 3 guard lineup, right?
Okay.
And they go LeBron at the 4, Davis at the 5.
Yeah.
Westbrook's going to be your point guard. So what other 2 guards would you want to play that 2 and 3 spot?
Either Patrick or none, realistically.
Playing the 2?
Yeah.
And then who would you rather have, Walker or Reeves playing the 3?
See that they both give you not totally different, but they're 2 different players.
No, I agree with that.
If Reeves was more consistent, I would say Reeves. I think what he's doing is good, being a facilitator and kind of just spreading the floor. I would say I would gamble on Reeves. If Reeves wasn't working out like halfway through this season, I would switch to Walker.
Okay, real quick, Carrie coming in hot with the $2 super sticker. Thank you so much, Carrie. Really,
thank you, Mr. Carey.
Didn't have to do that. You can't see it because it doesn't show on the StreamYard thing, but on the YouTube thing, I can see it. It just says vibes. The sticker says vibes. And don't worry, Carrie, I won't eat the sticker. She'll get that joke. She'll get that reference. But no, thank you so much, Carrie. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carey.
Thank you for that. And then, but yeah, back to diving into the thing. Like, yeah, I really like the idea of a 3-guard lineup because I think it would spread the floor and add a little more flexibility. But I would want – see, I think that 2 spot changes a lot. I think it really does. I think it depends on which team we're playing. I really do.
Yeah.
But I kind of lean towards going like Westbrook, Reeves, Walker, LeBron, and Davis. I just don't know.
Reeves, Walker, LeBron, and Davis. Okay.
You're
covering all your bases with that lineup. You really are. You're covering literally everything that you need on the court. Almost any matchup, like you got it all covered.
And Austin Reeves plays so well with the starters. So I think you're really going to capitalize and maximize him. My only concern is
you said who does? You said Westbrook?
For who would get maximized? Austin Reeves.
No. You said Reeves plays good at the starters.
Yeah, he plays great.
Yeah, he does.
Like he is great.
Especially when LeBron's on the floor. Like something happens when LeBron's on the floor with him. He just I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. And yeah, he just plays off of LeBron really well and just plays off of those starters really well. So my only concern though, and it's a real concern, is how good would they shoot? That's my only problem because Westbrook, like your 2 best shooters in that lineup would be LeBron and Davis.
No, really. And Westbrook S3, and he's improving. His shooting has improved, which is exciting to see.
But is he going to be
form and everything?
Is he going to be consistent enough?
Yeah.
To actually keep teams honest,
And is he going to take too many threes? Because when Russ gets excited, he takes a lot. When he makes like 1 or 2, he's going to take 2 or 3 more, and they maybe misses. Exactly. Yeah. So he may, kind of go cold.
So that's my only concern with that lineup. I think you're really good defensively. I think you have a ton of playmaking there because you have 5 guys that can play make. I think you could run. You're athletic. You're switchable. I think, like you said, you cover all your bases in that starting 5. My only concern is shooting. Will that team be good shooting the basketball, or would they just be awful? That's my only.
No, it's a valid concern. And couldn't we put if shooting was the concern, couldn't we put in? Okay, so would Patrick Beverly be a good spot at the 2 just because the shooting is there? Or could we go none at the? I guess. Yeah, I don't know because you're in this lineup. You're having LeBron play the 4. So could we go maybe none at the 3? Or is that?
I think the best lineup most likely would turn out would be Westbrook, Nunn. I think it would be Westbrook, Nunn, uh, Walker, LeBron, and Davis. I
Westbrook,
think
Nunn, Walker, LeBron, and Davis.
I think
Okay,
that would be it. But the only reason I want them to start Reeves is because I think Reeves just plays so much better. Like, so you're not going to get a better Reeves than when he's playing with LeBron and Anthony Davis.
that's
So,
true.
so
That's
my
true.
point is like Kendrick Nunn, you're going to get the same Kendrick Nunn regardless.
Yeah,
It might be easier for him with LeBron and Davis, but he's still a guy that could give you 25 off the bench, give you 25 in a game, starting. Same thing with Walker. I think no matter what, you're going to have that. But Austin Reeves, we have seen he's really good when he's running with the starters, but he's not that good when he's running with like the other bench guys. I mean, he
yeah,
has his moments, but he's so much more effective when he's running with LeBron and those guys. So
very true.
my only thinking would be play Walker or play Reeves and as with the starters to really maximize
Yeah.
his abilities, and
Well, to
then
make him better, yeah,
yeah,
honestly, to level,
yeah,
so he can kind of get like leveled up. Because you can see he's still a little raw, still a little like, I don't know if timid is a good word, but he's still a little kind of just like, unmolded in that sense. Just making like, a little bit like rookie mistakes on the court. But I do like that lineup though because it's kind of like a hybrid of lineup. I
yeah,
remember last week we talked about kind of having that run and gun, that fast, So you do have that with this lineup, and also you have the height and the reinforcement in Davis and LeBron. But I just don't know if it would be enough if we are playing like a Joker or like a Giannis. I mean, not necessarily worried about LeBron and AD not being able to stop Giannis, but how but I think that at that point, like you said, you just keep throwing fresh legs because I mean, how many quarters do you really expect LeBron and AD to kind of keep going at Giannis over and over again? You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah. I do. I think that might be. I mean, it's pretty interesting. But is Draymond really leaving the Warriors as it stands? I mean, according to Stephen A. Smith, might be his last season. I
there,
personally don't think. I personally don't think he's going to the Lakers. I really don't. Um, I don't think. I think one, he's not worth the money. Two, the Lakers don't have a way to trade for him. Three, if he does opt out, he's not going to opt out of $24 million to go take like 10 million somewhere. So I think if anywhere he gets traded, or he ends up going to like I could see a team like Detroit paying him the money that he wants. Like I could see
I,
something like that.
I mean, as much as we would like to see him on the Lakers.